Good morning, everybody. Are you ready to continue our journey into improving the supplement experience for yourself, for the homeowner, and even for our insurance collaborators? Well, then I'm glad you joined us today on Fridays at SFY Live. My name is Rafael Vallarena. I am the Director of Learning and Training at SFY Solutions for You, and I'm very excited to walk down this journey in the second cycle of our emotional intelligence, where we're going to focus on the collaboration aspect and the other parties involved in our supplement process, namely the homeowner and our insurance collaborator. So let's get started. So in the supplement process, as we discussed in other SFY Friday live shows, this is all about a collaboration between yourself, between the homeowner, and the insurance carrier, and working together as a team so that the end goal, the focus, is the supplement and the experience is a positive one for everybody involved. This will help you grow your business. It will help to grow and maintain the respect and trust that your homeowner has for you and your business, and will secure your standing in the insurance industry. So when we're looking at our supplement collaboration, you may think, I'm ready to go with my supplement. I've got everything I need, and I've got my scope sheet out, and I'm ready to write everything and get this rolling. Well, you're not quite there yet. Some of the first, the initial work that needs to be done on a supplement becomes actually a lot of the crucial work, especially when you get into leveraging certain items and facts about the loss in your supplement. So we need to take some notes. The first is, who are we dealing with? Who is our homeowner? And it is important for us not only to make mental notes, but especially to make written notes. We see so many roofs, we see so many clients, potential and former, throughout the day, throughout the week, that it is easy to get things confused. And especially if you have a sales team or a project manager who's on site, and then an in-office supplementing team or office manager, then it can get very confusing, and the lines of communication can get crossed. So it's important not only to make these notes and to have these conversations with our homeowners, but it's important to document them so that everybody on the team is on the same page. So you want to be sure that you're aware about what is the household size. Are we talking about, and I've put up some graphics here on the presentation, is it a family? Do they have small children, grown children? Is it an elderly couple? Is it a young couple starting off? And this matters a lot, especially when we're going to use this information in bringing to light that this is not just another claim number, that this is just not another loss, but it is actually people who are in need and whose home, their biggest investment, their place that they go to relax and enjoy and grow and have fun, needs to be returned to a pre-loss condition. And so it's important to know who's there so that, of course, as you're talking to our insurance collaborators, you're able to articulate, well, this is why these operations are needed, these items, these materials are needed. So use your observational skills as well as your active listening skills. Ask the questions, and then be open to what it is they're telling you about themselves, about their lifestyle. Are they the kind of folks who work from home, or are they out all day long? Again, this is a big part of the whole claims process and of the work that you're potentially going to be doing for them. What are their schedules like, so that you know when they're busy, when they're available for any kind of follow-up or status reports, as well as for scheduling inspections or actual crews to come in and do work. And what are the timelines that they have pressing on them? Are they under a tight timeline? Are they in a schedule? Are they going off on vacation or business here soon? We need to know all of this so that, again, we get to know our client and we can control the claims process and the supplementing process by being that representative not only of the loss, but definitely of the individuals involved in this loss. Our insurance collaborators really do not have the time or the opportunities that we have to build this rapport, to build this connection with the homeowner. So it's important that we not abandon this, that we not neglect this very crucial leverage point. So once we find out who they are, we need to find out what they want. Again, active listening. And for some folks, what it is they want may have absolutely no bearing on the roof or on their siding or on their fence. It may be something about their contents. And so we need to be aware of what it is that's really driving their focus so that we always keep that in mind whenever we're getting status reports, whenever we're getting them up to date with the status of their supplement or any part of the claim, that we're able to address that. Maybe they just had a pool installed and they are very, very concerned that the repairs would impact the pool, its condition, and all that. So again, we would want to address that in our notes so that as we're building our supplement and as we are presenting our supplement, not only in written form, but in verbal form with the insurance carriers, we can articulate that and provide that as a valid point of contention for approval of certain protective tarps or equipment, things of that nature. Then, what they need. And for most homeowners, they just may think they need some shingles on their roof. But you as the professional would be able to look at the property as a whole and again have an opportunity that our insurance collaborator does not have. You have the time to make this connection, to build rapport, and then to inspect the property so that you're able to take in the whole picture. What else is damaged? There may be fencing, there may be siding, there may be furniture, decking, all kinds of things that the homeowner may not know to look at or even consider. Windows, screens, beading. And this will again help to build that trust, to cement the respect they have for you going into not only the claims, but the supplementing process. And that is very important. It also helps you to understand what the condition of the property is, what the pre-loss condition of the property was, and set realistic expectations with the homeowner for what is to come. You also want to, again, address timelines. And this may be where you pull in your expertise and your position as the professional in this whole scenario and experience for the homeowner. Because if it is a very heavy storm season, you may have limited crew availability, and you can let them know, setting those realistic expectations about what is our timeline realistically for the whole project or for individual pieces of the project, so that you can marry those to their timeline schedules and expectations. And then any changes that may need to happen. And this comes again from your professional expertise. You know what materials are no longer available, what materials are take more time to install than others. What changes to the repair or to the replacement of the roofing system, siding system, fencing, whatever it is, will need to happen in order to get everything back to a pre-loss condition? And then code items. And again, here's where you come in as a professional. Now, you may not have all these code items memorized. You may not have all these code items ready on a checklist at this point, but you may let them know, I am going to review this whole loss. I'm going to pull up these codes. I'm going to review those, and I will communicate all of this to you so that we can have a complete understanding and agreement of what is going to be supplemented for, what we expect, and how we expect this to play out. So that is where you establish this whole relationship through your active listening, through your effective communication. You're building that trust and that respect. So what is it that you need to get from the homeowner that will assist you further in this supplementing process? Well, you're going to need the insurance carrier information. Okay, not just a statement of loss, a copy of the estimate, but obviously, if you're going to send them a supplement, you need all the contact information. You need any kind of cards or anything like that that were provided by the adjuster on site, or at least a picture or a copy of it, so that you are able to effectively communicate with the insurance collaborator. And this is very important, that you communicate the reasons why you need this. And the reason it's so important is because the homeowner has, albeit maybe an artificially founded, intense relationship with their insurance carrier. It's a relationship nonetheless. Some people have their home insurance because that's who their daddy had. They have their home insurance because they really make a connection with what it is that they take in from their advertisement. Maybe their insurance agent is a family member or a very close friend. So the insurance carrier already has that fidelity, that whole tie with the homeowner in their pocket. Even though they have never talked to them or spent time with them or understand what their family dynamic or needs or wants are, you have spent more time with them than their insurance carrier has, just in your initial meetings and your initial inspections. But you want to set yourself up definitely as a collaborator in this relationship so that they are not wary of you attacking something that is personal to them. Because they chose their insurance carrier, any attack to that carrier would be seen as an attack on their ability to make a good choice. So you want to always put them in the light of being a collaborator. And then this would open up for you the avenue for conversations. Are there any limitations to the policies? Topics like deductibles, exclusions, any endorsements, or any kind of coverage limitations. For example, is this an actual cash value policy, ACV, or is it a RCV, a replacement cost value policy? That is very helpful and necessary, because that plays into the whole communication of what are the realistic timelines, what are the realistic expectations of what I can do for you in this entire process and experience. So after all this is set up, like I said, you want to set the right expectations with your homeowner. You want to let them know that you are going to be collaborating not only with their insurance carrier, but with them. It is very important that you not blow smoke at them and say, you'll never have to do anything, I'll do it all. That is very, very treacherous ground to tread upon. You need to let them know that I'm here to work with you and I need you to work with me. There may be times when you and I both need to communicate to the insurance carrier. You may receive communications or documents from the insurance carrier that I cannot, and you and I will have to then communicate that information back and forth. So let them know and set the expectations that they will be involved in this experience. But thanks to your involvement, you're going to make it as easy an experience as a claim can possibly be. And then get the communication preference on the table. What is it that is the most effective way to contact them? Is it through email? Is it texting, Skype, phone calls, cell phone, home phone? What is it? Because if you put this out now, you're going to be able to effectively communicate with your client, and by sharing your most preferred communication platform with them, you're going to be able to have them communicate with you effectively and quickly in times of urgency. You may have an urgent question for them. They may have an urgent concern for you. And if they're having to go to 6 and 7 different avenues to get you a message, they're going to start to lose that trust and respect for you. Whereas if they have the right place to get in touch with you and you're able to be most effectively responsive through that avenue, they are going to be very pleased with their experience. And then you want to inform them that although their insurance carrier is there to protect them and they're part of the process, that when the insurance adjuster or the carrier reaches out to them to discuss the claim or supplements, that they direct them to you, because you will be able to effectively and quickly address any concerns so that there's no breakdown in the communication, so that the timeline is not compromised, so that you can deliver the right perspective of the family, not just a claim number, not just a loss. Very important that they're okay with this, and these steps alone will help to leverage the supplement in your favor, and the supplement experience will be a very easy one. Then there's our insurance collaborator. What we have here is an opportunity to, again, through our effective communication and active listening skills, set ourselves up in a position of building trust and respect with the insurance carrier, so that we are then seen more of an aid to them rather than a hindrance, a burden, a nuisance. And this is done through, first of all, not agreeing to anything on site. It may sound counterproductive, but it is actually very productive. You want to let the on-site inspection go nice and easy. That is not the time to discuss materials, scope, or anything like that. Let the adjuster do their job and let them know, I am here to work with you. I am here to work for the homeowner. I am listening to your concerns, to your assessment of damage, your assessment of coverage. Let me take pictures. I'm going to take measurements. I'm going to take all of this information back to my office. I'm going to share it with my office manager, with my project manager, with my homeowner, and then I will reach out to you with any questions or concerns. You don't even have to tell them you're going to supplement. Just any questions or concerns. And then again, provide them the best number and contact information for you. Provide them and ask them for their information. What is the best information? Maybe they're a cat adjuster and they'll tell you, look, don't bother calling me. Call the 800 number. You'll get directed to the right people there if you have any questions, because I won't be able to answer your calls. Get all this out so that you can have yourself a well-established relationship and rapport from the beginning, and that they know that you are not committing to their scope or their assessment on site. Very important. Let them know you need to take this to a different location, digest the information, and then provide any feedback. Also, the more claims you do, be aware of the protocol. Make notes for yourself of the protocol and keep it on a chart, keep it on a whiteboard, keep it in an Excel sheet. That way, as you grow your customer base and grow your exposure to the different insurance carriers, you know what each one requires from you in order to expedite and truly streamline this whole process and experience. Here at SFY, we're very fortunate that given our pool of not only clientele, but of our staff and our exposure to the multiple insurance carriers on a continuously daily, all-day basis, we have very good resources and are able, again, to leverage their protocol in our supplementing, because we know what works, we know what avenues to pursue, which ones not to pursue, and you can build this database for yourself and use it to your advantage. Documentation. Be upfront with all your documentation in any supplement. Do not get into a back and forth. That just prolongs the process, and the longer the process goes, the less interest and the less urgency there is on the insurance carrier side to resolve any discrepancies in your agreed scope. Okay, so have things like your permits, your code documents, your bids, any pictures, eagle views, engineer reports, anything you need to set out there that would support your supplements in the estimate. Have that all in a packet and delivered all at once. This will go a million miles for the adjuster, because now they can review the whole packet and make an informed decision. And when it comes time to discuss any discrepancies, you can focus on those rather than having a back and forth. Well, send me pictures. Well, I need that document. Well, I need a copy of the permit. Because that just prolongs the process and adds to their frustration. So be proactive in providing all of your documentation up front. Know their protocol and let them know that you're there to work with them and that you will come up with your own scope for them to review. Finally, the key to making this as good a claim experience as you can for your homeowner and the insurance carrier and yourself is the follow-through. Be a proactive communicator. Don't wait for the insurance carrier to reach out to you. Don't wait for the homeowner to reach out for you. There are many applications, many devices, notebooks, charts, whiteboards, whatever it is. Diary these things out for yourself. Don't rely on your head, because too much happens on a daily, weekly, monthly basis for you to be effective in your communications. Set diaries for yourself and be a proactive communicator. If you initiate the communication, you will be the most prepared when it comes time to discuss a scope, when it comes time to present what the final scope is, what the timelines are, etc. And again, it will lend itself to the experience for all parties involved. The adjuster is one less thing that they have to follow up on. Okay, you've done it for them. The homeowner will not feel like they have to hunt you down. It will all come together for you, and they will be more than willing to collaborate and reach out to you when they feel they need to, because they know you're receptive and responsive, not reactive. Part of the things that you want to communicate, definitely the status of the supplement. Every time there's a new status, you want to communicate that. For example, the fact that you're sending in the supplement, provide your homeowner with a copy, let them look at it, ask them if they have questions or concerns, and be willing to explain that to them in detail. If there's any need for an escalation, let everybody know. Let the adjuster know, let the homeowner know, look, we've run into a wall, we're not getting any response, or the responses that we're getting are not moving the supplement forward, so I'm going to be escalating this to a supervisor, to a manager, to whoever. Do not be afraid to have an agent involved. Again, remember, the agent may be a very close family friend, may be somebody who has been with the family for a while, or a member of the family. And the agent has a lot of leverage when it comes to this. Feel free to let the agent know, hey, I'm working with your customer and this is what's happening, and we're sending out a supplement. We've been supplementing and there's been a snag. We can't get any response, and obviously your customer is starting to get aggravated and it seems that we can't get anywhere. This agent will have a whole lot more leverage, because when they make a complaint, it doesn't go to an adjuster, it goes to a regional manager. And the regional manager's job is to make sure everybody under him is doing their job. And once the adjuster, the supervisor, the manager gets something from a regional manager, you better bet that you're going to get a call very soon, and the wheels will start moving again. So don't be afraid to get the agent involved. And again, this is all part of setting those expectations and letting the homeowner know that they're collaborating with you in getting this all taken care of, so that it is as good an experience as it can be. And then the finalization. Be upfront with the customer. Let them know, look, we've come to an agreement. This is what we have agreed to. You're going to receive some paperwork. If you have questions, if there are concerns, let me know. I'm coming by. I'll sit down. We'll look it over. We'll all get on the phone together and hash this out together, so that, again, we can get this all done. We can get it done right, as quick and as easy as possible. And so these are the things that are very important in supplementing, having that emotional intelligence, having collaborators and being a collaborator, knowing everybody involved and keeping them involved. And by being proactive in your communication, you're going to do a great job in establishing trust and respect with everybody involved. I'm glad we had this time together today. And I truly look forward to our Fridays and all of your feedback. We had some great feedback on the waste calculator section that we did earlier. If you're interested in that, be sure you go down to our contact information here on the ticker and ask us for it, and we'll be happy to give that to you. If you have comments, put them in the comment section here in Facebook. Be sure you like us and share us with your friends. The more of us are able to do this correctly and in a very professional way, the better for the rest of us. I hope that you have a great weekend. I enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to next week, when we're going to be talking about our technical section and flashing and its part in the whole supplementing and roofing system process. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.